Namaste everyone, you're watching Journeying Souls with Rahul and Sweety. Well, most people say you have to stay overnight at Halong Bay, but it's not compulsory. We did it in a single day and enjoyed it as well. So we are ending our Vietnam series with a colorful hidden gem as well. This is our big doable episode for day 4 and day 5. So let's jump right in. On our 4th morning, we left Hanoi early for the 173-kilometer drive to the coast. Our guide Tony joined us again, and having a familiar face with us made the start of the trip feel easy and well planned. The drive was very smooth and it gave us a great look at the Vietnamese countryside. As we reached the outskirts of Halong town, the vibe completely changed. It felt like a peaceful town of its own, far away from the busy city noise. We were amazed by the beautiful French-style houses along the road. With their tall frames and bright colors, it felt more like we were in Europe rather than in Asia. Seeing those colorful buildings and quiet streets was a lovely surprise before we reached the water. When we got to the harbor, we boarded the Sea Lion cruise, which was the name of our cruise. The boat was very comfortable, and even though it was a full trip, the staff made sure every tourist was accommodated comfortably with their own seats. And as soon as we left the dock, the view became incredible. Seeing thousands of limestone peaks rise from the ocean was simply breathtaking. It's a sight you really have to see to believe this. Trust me. For lunch, the crew served a huge buffet. Since we were at sea, the seafood was incredibly fresh. The jumbo prawns were the best we have ever had, huge and full of flavor. Eating lunch while watching those giant stone pillars glide past the window was seriously something spectacular. Then after lunch, it was time for some action. We were transferred to a smaller boat for a kayaking experience, and being right on the water was so adventurous, I must say that. It was the perfect time to click pictures with the massive limestone casts right in the background. We had a great time even paddling around and soaking in the views for a completely different perspective. Then our next stop was the famous Sung Sot Cave. This is also known as the Surprise Cave. To get to the entrance, you have to walk up 100 stone steps. Our lungs reminded us that we aren't athletes, at least. But the view of the bay from the top was worth it. The cave is massive inside, like a giant cathedral. The rock formations have been shaped over 1 million of years, and the colorful lights make it look like another planet. Plus the natural cool air inside. It's just a relief to be there. And the views right from the top was amazing. So it's a must see place. Next, we stopped at the T-Top Island. Now, this place has a fascinating history. It was named after German Titov, a famous Soviet cosmonaut who was the second person to orbit the Earth. He visited this island in 1962 with President Ho Chi Minh. who named the island in his honor to celebrate their friendship. While many people choose to climb all 400 steps to the very top, you don't have to go all the way to see the beauty. There are several spots lower down where you can get amazing views of the bay and take those iconic photos. Whether you relax on the beach or find a nice viewpoint halfway up, it's a stunning place to be. As the sun began to set, the cruise hosted a sunset party on the deck. We enjoyed wine, snacks, and music with our fellow travelers. It was such a relaxing way to celebrate a great day. It looked more like a moral victory. After we docked, we hopped back on our bus for a smooth ride back to our hotel in Hanoi.
For our final day, we wanted something totally different. And if you thought Vietnam was colorful, wait till you see the Quang Phu Cau village.
Huge thanks to Jasmine from Seni World for organizing this visit to the Incense village. Well, it's a hidden gem that many people miss, but it became a core memory for us. The village is absolutely stunning. Walking through it feels like walking into a sea of red and pink. Thousands of incense bundles are spread out to dry like giant flowers, making it an amazing place for clicking photos. We even got a chance to try our hands at making some incense sticks ourselves. It's a centuries old tradition, and seeing that skill goes into every single stick was impressive.
This is a photographer's absolute dream and an Instagram gem, but the magic goes way deeper than a stunning visual. Standing here, inhaling this rich aroma, it instantly brings a wave of nostalgia. For an Indian, this scent takes you straight back home because incense is the heartbeat of every Indian household, lit every morning in our sacred spaces.
We were joined by our guide Nan, and talking to him was amazing. He told us all about how much Vietnam has changed in just the last 30 years. It's remarkable how the country has grown into a modern, successful nation. You can see the progress everywhere. Trust me, new buildings, better roads, and a lot of energy. The people here are so hardworking and positive about the future. It was inspiring to hear the story of country's growth through his eyes.
There is a profound warmth in the Vietnamese smile. Through the vibrant streets of Hanoi, you are greeted by an overwhelming sense of joy, optimism, and genuine peace. But this happiness isn't passive, it is hard earned. For decades, the people of Vietnam endured unimaginable hardships, shattered by the devastation of war and the grueling struggle of post-war recovery. Yet, instead of letting history harden their hearts, they chose renewal. For an Indian, this story feels deeply familiar. Our own history is scarred by centuries of colonial oppression under the British rule, a painful era of being stripped of resources and identity. We know what it means to carry the heavy weight of a stolen past, and we know the grit it takes to reclaim a nation's soul. That is the beautiful invisible thread connecting India and Vietnam. Both our people refuse to be defined by our oppressors or defeated by our scars. The Vietnamese spirit reminds us that true strength doesn't just mean surviving the storm, it means choosing to bloom beautifully after it passes.
After enjoying the colors of the incense village, we had one last lovely lunch to close out our trip. Then our guide dropped us at the Hanoi airport for our flight back to Mumbai. Sitting at the gate, it finally hit us. Our Vietnam series was over. From the busy cities to the quiet islands and this magic incense village, this country has been a revelation. Thank you so much for traveling with us. If you enjoyed this series, please hit like and subscribe to Journeying Souls. Your support means everything. I'm Rahul. This is Sweety. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next adventure.